call for the next paper. Dr. Kim.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members and guests. I'm sorry that the presenting author is changed. I am Dr. Jeong from Seoul National University Bundang Hospital, Seongnam, Korea. I will present this paper instead of the original presenter, Dr. Oh. I regret to mention that Dr. Oh could not attend this meeting due to the inevitable clinical works. Before presenting this study, I ask for your generous understanding that I am not fully aware of this study. So, can I operate this slide? Previous?
It looks like this is the last slide of the talk.
Could you help? Okay, I'm sorry. Evaluating of bladder artery obstruction using urodynamic study may be helpful in stratifying BPH patient eligible for surgical treatment. However, a urodynamic study has significant limitation in terms of investments, cost, and morbidity. And therefore, there have been numerous attempts to find out the non-invasive parameters to predict bladder artery obstruction. However, conventional models, non-invasive parameters, had a limited predictive performance with two major difficulties, such as a non-linear relationship and covariability between parameters. In this study, we aimed to identify non-invasive clinical parameters to predict bladder artery obstruction using non-linear models such as causal Bayesian network model. So far, two novel non-linear model techniques has been introduced. One is artificial neural network model, and the other is the causal Bayesian network models. Although artificial neural network model has the advantage of predicting complex causal relationship, it could not account for non-invasive parameters that are relatively important for bladder artery obstruction due to their black box nature. And causal Bayesian network model has been shown as more advanced alternative to conventional models. The benefit of this model is that it can visualize the interaction, the cause, and rule out the indirect cause of events. Parameters that showed first degree relationship with the result can be considered as a direct cause. About 1,400 men older than 45 years who received the urodynamic study due to large suggestible BPH were enrolled in the analysis. Mean bladder BOO index was 35.1 and 35% were classified as having BOO. First, using the causal Bayesian network model, total prostate volume, Qmax, and PVR showed the first degree relationship with BOO and were selected as independent predictors of BOO. Accuracy of BOO prediction was 74%. With the setting of 2 hidden nodes, the artificial neural network showed the highest accuracy, reaching the 72% in the testing set. In a logistic regression model, these factors shown in the slide were selected as the significant predictive parameters. The accuracy was 77%. Area under RS curve of a causal Bayesian network model and logistic regression model and the artificial neural network models was 0.77, 0.79, and 0.74 respectively. And predictive powers of all 3 models were different from each other. So in conclusion, 2 novel models using non-linear model techniques showed moderate predictive power for the prediction of BOO. Although the new causal Bayesian network model showed slightly compromised predictive value to the conventional logistic regression model, this new model has an advantage needing a relatively small number of clinical parameters as predictors. And total prostate volume, Qmax, and PVR were independent non-invasive parameters of BOO in the causal Bayesian network model. Thank you for attention.
Questions?
Thank you for this study. What you did is what I like and what I think is objective science. And what you did is a repetition, and you are a bit short in your references. Since I'm aware of at least between 5 and 10 manuscripts in the last 20 years showing what you're showing. And those are like clinical prostate scores or prostate scores presented and published. So in fact, maybe you have missed the literature, but what you do is confirm those scores. And what I've said before as a reaction on the other abstracts, I think that's where our guidelines should aim to. Thank you very much for this analysis.
Thank you for commenting.
Any other members from the audience could comment on this? Question? Okay, let's move on.